Some of you, your success has messed you up. You so successful now, you soft. Your success has not benefited you. You've not grown as a result of being successful. You've lost your bite. You're not hungry anymore. Your success is damaging you. No excuses, only adjustments. No excuses. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear good excuses, good reasons, what happened, why you couldn't do it. I don't want to hear it. Everybody got an excuse. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything about this happening. The weather wasn't right, and my get the finances, and this didn't come through when it was supposed to. Well, that person did. No. I'm challenging you. If you listen to me, if you ain't brave enough to challenge yourself, if you ain't courageous enough to challenge yourself, I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you to get from where you are. I'm challenging you to stop settling. I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden. With me, as always, my podcast partners, Joe Hartley and Angel Diaz. What's up, fellas?
What's going on?
What's happening?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Inner Network. On Mondays, you've got Raw with Mimi and Lump. Tuesdays is CTE with Chris, Los, and Travis. Wednesdays is Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Mike, Joe, and Angel. And on Thursdays, you can get the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Inner Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Fellas, it's showtime. What's up?
What's up, Gene?
Nothing much, man. Same old, same old.
Just chilling over here at the Hartley household. We got the COVID going on, so we're just learning how to deal with each other and get all of our stuff delivered to us the best way we can, because, you know, really can't go nowhere. Not trying to share this crap. So that's all we got going on over here.
All right. How's everybody feeling? I mean, is anybody sick or you got to go to the hospital or anything?
The first couple of days were the worst. My son he barely showed anything. He had like one day where he was sleepy for a minute, and then he was wilding out. Now he's back to his old self. My daughter, she had a little bit of a sniffle and a cough. But other than that, my wife and I maybe had 2 days real bad, and now we just kind of got a bit of a cough we're trying to get rid of. And I lost my taste a little bit. Like, I can taste some things, but other than that, I'm pretty good.
Okay. Bugs, what's up with you, man? How's your weekend?
My weekend has been all right, man. I could not sleep last night. So I had a terrible night's sleep last night, but besides that, I've been chill weekend, you know, kind of like the calm before the storm, because pretty soon the season starts up again. So it's kind of like trying to enjoy those little moments before I'm back to being on the go again. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. I've had an interesting last few days. Some weird stuff has been going on, like paranormal stuff. It's weird. The first time I've ever experienced anything like this. So I was teaching class here at Zoom one day, and I was teaching, and behind me going up the stairs, I see I have a window there going up the steps, and I saw flashing lights. When I'm looking at the Zoom, I could see flashing lights, but when I turned around, there was no flashing lights, none at all. So I told Melissa, I said, "Come here, look at the window," and she couldn't see it either. But when she looked at the Zoom camera, she could see it, right? So that was weird. Yesterday, we go out to the store. We come back home, and a chair was in the middle of the floor instead of being up under the table where it was. And I thought she was messing with me. I thought, come on, are you playing? Like, she was like, no, I'm being serious. Like, nothing going on. I did not do this. I said, come on, stop trying to scare me. You know, she said, I'm not doing nothing. I said, all right, cool. And then yesterday, around 11:30, we were downstairs in the living room watching television. Upstairs in my bedroom, Alexa comes on and starts playing a song just out the blue. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So just some weird.
Wait a minute. What the hell is this? I believe hell has opened.
Are we for real?
Well, look who's
What
home.
in the world is happening? What is happening?
I'm not gonna lie to you for a second. I thought we actually lost our whole live feed. I didn't know what happened.
So let me get this straight. I go away for about a year and a half, and it takes 2 people to replace me.
Welcome back.
That's
to
how
the
you
show.
want to look at it.
Mike Gibbs is back on the show. He's back home, back to the Martial Arts in the Network, back to the main gang. He's home. Welcome back, Mike. What's up, man?
Thanks. What's going on? Glad
This is
to
a good one to come back for. Heck
Oh, this is
yeah,
the
I'm
best
excited.
one. This is the best one right here.
Yeah, you know what? Cobra
I've
Kai.
stayed tuned. I've been watching the episodes. You know, it was heartbreaking, but I finally tuned in. Joe was part of the program, so that's my guy for a long time. So, I had to support and watch, but I'm glad I wasn't on it, honestly, because some of those movies, I was at mute.
That was a lot of angel. That was a lot of angel right there.
You gotta take the good with the bad, man. You gotta take the good with the bad. That's how it goes.
No, man.
This
Joe, I actually went to the movies with you, so I have a certain type of movie that I like. So
Of course, 100%.
So this is the first time that we all been on the show together. So this is gonna be fun going forward. The main game's 4 Horsemen. We finally together. Let's see how this goes. We are reviewing Cobra Kai. So what you got? Season 4. What you guys think?
Oh man,
I loved it.
Woo.
I liked it a lot. I really did.
I liked it. Some things I didn't like, but I liked it overall. Honestly,
Had to happen the way it happened. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to keep going. That's the only thing I'm saying, because I know what you're talking about. Because I would have liked to go a certain way. And I was having this conversation today with some of my family. If this was a movie or this was like the final season, I could have seen it going a different way. But they had to do it the way they did it because we're getting 2 more seasons. You know what I'm saying? Gene, I love it. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm drinking. I'm drinking on the podcast. That's right.
Gene feeling it. Gene feeling it for real.
I got my course like Johnny.
Yes, sir.
It's all good, Book.
Wow,
There you go, Mike. There you go. That's the homie.
Oh. Where's the crown, Mike?
oh, hold on.
Joe, you might as well get you something, and then we can get a.
You know what? I'm gonna have to call my wife in here and give me something going.
An Angel. I don't know.
It's
No,
only
no,
the
what you got?
Gatorade. Only the
Gatorade.
in here.
Oh,
There you
see,
go,
we're gonna have to
Mike.
talk, Mike. Mike, I'm gonna need some of that peach crown.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 boxes.
So Johnny Lawrence will feel right at home at your spot, huh, Mike?
Oh, I am Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai or Eagle Fang?
No, I'm Cobra Kai.
okay.
I'm like a cross between Terry Silver, Johnny Lawrence, and a little bit of Miyagi.
How do you have a little
Oh,
bit of
really?
Miyagi in you? How you got that?
Because I'm deep, man.
All right. So we're not gonna be able to talk about each individual episode in detail.
Yes.
The way that we normally. It's just we got limited time. So I'm gonna do my best I can just to run through each episode, and then you guys go ahead and talk about your feelings about that episode. So we start off with Johnny and I'm sorry, not Johnny. John Kreese. He calls Terry Silver, And were you guys surprised that Terry didn't really say anything to him when he called him? He pretty much just answered the phone and then just immediately hung up when he picked up.
No,
They had to make it dramatic.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had to make it dramatic.
I get it.
You said you get it, especially at the end of Karate Kid 3, huh?
No, I just get it from a real life perspective. How many times have I tried to quit karate and get lured back?
This is an activity. Like once you get to be a black belt, if you've been a black, actually, I should say once you've been a black belt for a little while, it's kind of hard to leave and stay going.
It's a gang.
Yeah, you know.
100%.
And then we see Eagle Fang training with Miyagi though. I did not think that they were going to be able to last the whole season together. Daniel and Johnny just a little bit too different. What do you guys think about them working side by side?
I mean, I knew it was gonna be some issues, but I thought they would have made it through the whole season. I knew they were gonna obviously have like conflicting interests, but I thought they were actually gonna be able to like work together. So when they didn't, I was like, what's happening here?
I for the first time really went against Daniel on this one because I think Daniel was the biggest problem in this.
I agree.
Not being able to even try to adapt to Johnny's way of teaching. Now, Johnny obviously had his own issues, but I think Johnny was very open to Daniel, and Daniel kind of shut him out at the first sign of anything, basically saying my way is better and my way will win. And I think he's the reason that they ended up things the way they ended up.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt like Johnny in this whole season, Johnny was probably the most honest he's ever been, and the most upfront as opposed to all the other seasons. So
Joe, you don't feel Daniel's the bad guy always?
No, not really.
Mike, these two, their first episode they got on here, they killed me. They jumped all on my head. They were Miyagi though 100% when we did the 100%. Other reviews. They killed me, man. They killed me.
Like how you said, Gibbs, wax her on and wax her off. I'm all for that. Right here. I got you.
No, this is my first time really ever fully going against. Like, I can't defend Daniel. It took all the way to the end for him to even open his eyes. I mean, you know what really ticked me off? When his daughter decided to use both Miyagi-Do and I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but, you know.
That's okay.
When she was decided herself that she needed to use both Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do, her dad looked at her and said, "What are you doing?" And she says, "I'm winning." And he was like, "Well, you're not winning the right way. Winning is winning."
Yeah, that was crazy to me.
She wasn't cheating. She wasn't cheating. So why is he mad? Why is he upset? That really threw me for a loop because I'm like, if she took both teachings and was able to use it to win, let her win. Don't say she's winning the wrong way. I mean, she wasn't cheating. She wasn't, doing anything dishonest. That was crazy to me.
Okay. Yeah, that's where he lost me on that because I was on the same thing. I was like, listen, we take a dub, no matter how you get it, as long as you get the dub.
Thank you. Yeah, for sure.
When he said that, I was like, I don't know about winning the right way. Like, I don't know. Have you not seen some of the other guys that you had? They got their ass beat that were just strictly Miyagi-Do.
Exactly.
They got beat terribly.
And not only that, but they're using Miyagi-Do against you thanks to Robbie. So you have to switch it up. Otherwise, you're going to lose. You can't just think one way is going to win every single time.
Daniel stole his black belt.
Yeah. So you don't respect him, huh, Mike? You don't respect him, huh, Mike?
I've been respecting him for 36 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Now that you're saying that, I will put this, though. I will say this. One of my issues I had was when, like, I didn't like how in the beginning when they were, like, Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do was teaching each other. I can't see how, like, this white belt is teaching a whole class that's another white belt, but they're both on the same level. But then when we go to a tournament, how did everybody have a black belt on? I didn't see no ceremonies. I didn't see them pass the belt gradings. Like, I didn't know what was happening there. So that, like, threw me off for a complete loop because if
Karate Kid's always been that way where there is no belt ranking and then everyone's a black belt at the end.
I was like, what is going on here? Like, it was a white belt teaching a white belt. I was like, this doesn't even, I don't get it. I'm missing the point here. So that was an issue I had. That was one of my issues.
I like the Miyagi Dojo. I think that's sweet.
The
Yeah,
Miyagi
it's pretty
Dojo
sweet,
looks
but-
nice. Yeah.
And
But,
being
you know.
in California, you don't really have to worry about having bad weather too often. So you
That's
can
like,
have times
Rydell
outside.
And the pit. The
Yeah,
pit is
yeah,
outdoors.
yeah. But they got two locations. One at Winklebaum. No, that's not Winkle. Hackman. Isn't it Hickman or something like that? Whatever. I'm sorry, Hickman.
Hickman. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has where he did have a home that was he had a gym outside and inside, and then he also, I think they had another location, didn't they? I think.
Do we still have a producer?
He's here.
Can
Yeah,
you find out if it's Hackleman or whatever?
Yeah. It's called the Pit. I see he's working now. It's called the Pit.
Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, this just shows the power of Gibbs. Like, he just comes in, he's already calling shots. Like, I'm just in awe. Like, I don't even know what to say. This is crazy.
No, but it's good. That's what it's something we were missing. It's something we needed.
Yeah.
And we could tip the scales a little bit here and there.
Well, we're the heavy, Joe.
I'm surprised they didn't skip forward a little bit, because you can see some of the kids are starting to get older, especially some of the kids who were little in season 1 and 2. They're getting big now, so I'm surprised they didn't skip them ahead a little bit. So my next question to you guys is, all of the kids are 17 in this show, for the most part, except for the little ones. They're not going to be able to compete in the All Valley again, because the All Valley is under 18. So the next time they have an All Valley, these kids should all be older. So I wonder if they're going to introduce the over 18 tournament.
So that's thought, because they made it a point to say the under 18 All Valley Karate Championships. Like, I don't know. For me, I've never really paid attention to it. So when I heard it this time, I was like, oh, you're definitely going to have like an adult version. Like,
but it's always been called that. Even in the 80s.
But I feel like now they're going to like push it forward. Like, they're going to make this, like, I feel like we could all see a spinoff coming out of this, like where like the students have their own rivalries or something. I don't know.
Well, it's been confirmed that there will be spinoffs, and we do know that this Cobra Kai series is going to at least 6 seasons on Netflix. And they have said that they're going to have spinoffs. So it's going to be interesting. Go ahead, Joe.
So for me, the crazy thing about that is, if they do go over 18, then are we going to start seeing Kreese and Silver and Johnny and Daniel start entering?
Well,
I feel like they would love to do something like that if they could.
Yeah, I don't want to see Kreese sparring in a tournament, but
no, I agree 100%.
Daniel and Johnny, and it's possible,
or even Stingray now. I mean,
yeah, I don't want to see him at all sparring in a tournament. I don't want to see that at all.
I'm just saying. I mean, these are the things they can introduce now.
You know,
if they go that way.
Think about your karate schools you grew up in. Every karate school has a Stingray.
They do.
About it.
Yeah.
100%.
No, yeah, 100%. 100%. I'm thinking of a couple now. I'm definitely not gonna say any names, but I'm thinking of a few now. Yeah,
I will, but then I found out we were live, so I don't want to.
We'll save that for afterwards.
So
I want to see if some of ours line up.
Oh, you know.
So I want to ask you guys, like, did you guys find it extremely weird how there was so much like modern equipment, like Century bags and bobs and all this, but like these kids couldn't get a pair of like hand pads or foot pads or like that like real like see like it's little things like that bugged me about like this season was like, why are we still fighting with no gloves and no foot pads? Like, well, like the fact that we added in like katas and forms and breaking, and it was like modern like forms, like kids are like doing like B twist and butterfly tucks, like, and then we're still not using pads. Like that drove me nuts. I just want to see
I hear you. But I think the only martial arts film as of right now that I've seen that they've even had equipment on is Best of the Best. I don't think they've used equipment in any martial arts movies, have they?
I don't think so either. No.
Just that one little movie with Chuck Norris and the kids.
Yeah. Sidekicks. They did. Yeah, they did have some gift for him and what's his name? Joe, whatever his name was.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah, no, that wasn't Joe
Mike
Pesci.
Stone? Was it Mike Stone?
yeah. It was. But it was Joe Piscopo.
Piscopo's Pesci, same thing. That was so long ago.
I think you're definitely right. I think Best of Best was the only one that I could think of actually also, but I just find it crazy. Like, why are we not putting, especially like for something like this, like Century was over everything. Like I would have thought, like why doesn't the producers want to have it be more modern, especially when you incorporate it like modern forms into it?
Because I don't think they want it. I don't think they're looking at it as point sparring. They're looking at it as real sparring. Even though they're calling points, which
give them some MMA gloves, give them some shin pads, still do the same thing.
You just want something, huh, Angel?
I just think, like, to me,
I get it. I said the same thing though.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm a little kid, or if I have a kid coming to my karate school, I don't want him to think like I'm just gonna be brawling bare knuckle and feet. Like it's not gonna be like that all the time. Like I don't know. I just feel like that creates the wrong image. That's just me though. You know.
I hear you.
So let me ask you guys this:
yeah.
like growing up in your high school, was there other people in your high schools that did karate? Was karate popular in your high schools, kind of like it is this high school? Because that's kind of what was asked of me. And quite frankly, there was probably, I started adding up, there was like 11, 12, 13 people that I knew that were in my class that did karate from different schools around the area. What about you guys?
There might have been a
count
couple.
on my hands.
Yeah, there might have been a couple other people who did karate. I remember one time I had on my Team Plowden jacket, and I might have been in 11th or 12th grade, and a kid came up to me, and he said that he remembered us team fighting and fighting against King's Karate back in the day. And I knew he was a martial artist, but other than that, there maybe been a handful of other kids, but not many.
It was one of those kung fu guys that came to the school.
Maybe. What did you guys think about the relationship in the beginning between Terry Silver and John Kreese? Kreese ends up going to see John after he hung up on Terry after he had hung up on him, and he went to go visit him, and it looks like he interrupted a dinner party. And it doesn't look like Terry Silver was too happy to see him when Kreese shows up.
Terry Silver was a punk, man. He lost his edge.
That's
yo, you're crazy.
He
You're
lost
wild,
his edge.
bro.
Yeah, man.
Like you're crazy, bro.
Really? Really? Did you see the people at that party? Did you see the people at that party?
I saw them. I saw all the females sitting there. And then I saw John Kreese in a dirty dojo. I would say John Kreese's or Terry Silver's life was pretty good.
Hey, listen, Joe.
Terry Silver was...
Joe, you're one of those people that when someone makes out the hood, you like, oh, he sold out on us. Like he ain't with us no more. You're one of those people.
How is he the same Terry Silver? Terry Silver who was talking about all the Cobra Kai dojos. He had Mike Barnes on the hook. He had like henchmen and everything. Now he's hanging out with a bunch of vegans and some little foo-foo guy telling John Kreese, stuff.
I'm vegan now. What you say?
I'm not saying anything's wrong with it. I'm just saying that's not the Terry Silver we're used to. So to me, he lost his edge.
Yo, God, I'm sorry for all the vegans that are watching this. I
didn't say anything was wrong with vegans. Okay? It's a choice. It's great. It's fine. I didn't say anything. I said that's not the Terry Silver we're used to.
I think
Terry Silver drinking his tea with his pinky in the air is not the Terry Silver we're used to.
But you said his life wasn't together. His life's together. That's together. I want to drink. I want my pinky in the air. That's what I'm starting
to He elevated, Joe. Like you can get out the mud and you can like elevate yourself. It's okay. Like we don't gotta still stuck in Vietnam and think everyone's out to get us.
But that is what shocked me though, because like I get like you have a karate school and your boy comes and calls you and wants you to help him with it, but I mean, think about like if that was true with war veterans, you're gonna go help your guy no matter what it is. And then when you
exactly, but he saved his life.
Right, saved his life.
Saved his life. So
I understand what you're saying. I mean, he is a punk for that.
I mean, how many more times? Well, I mean, listen, if you save my life and then you try to like physically assault a teenager that you and I both know we could do some prison time for, and I help you with that, I feel like the debt is repaid at that point. Like I put my whole life on the line. Now let me just live my life moving forward. You know, I feel like that's a fair trade-off. Like you saved my life. You saved my life. We could possibly go to prison for 30 years. Like there's like that. That seems like a great, because then I'm in prison for 30 years at like 30. I don't really have a life when I get out. So in my mind, that's a fair trade-off. I feel like that was fair.
You do about 8 months, but you be straight.
8 months.
Yeah.
With the way that he was, you know, as soon as someone looks at him the wrong way, he's gonna spin hook kick them. It's done. He ain't getting out like crazy.
Let's move forward since Joe is going off on yeah.
I'm just saying he lost his edge. That's all I'm saying.
Mike Bates, I see a comment, man. But I think just while all of us got girlfriends and wives and women, I don't think we gonna talk on speak on that topic right
now. Oh, I will. I don't care.
I will too. Miguel's Mamba, A+.
Hey,
I still like Daniel's wife better.
Why'd they write Allie out? Where's she at?
She served no purpose. That was a closure thing with her. I mean, there's no need to have her come back.
Honestly, I didn't even like her. I feel like she had like a hidden agenda anyways. I didn't really mess with her like that. Mike Bates, man, you saw what happened to me on that year-end show. Like don't try to listen, like y'all saw what happened. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, G. When you said that you're Alexa, listen, G, when you said that your Alexa was acting up, I was about to make it, and then I don't want to sleep outside, bro. I'm just trying to.
Honestly, everything I said is 100% true. Everything I was talking about did happen here at the house. It was just kind of perfect timing with Mike.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going on when that happened too. I thought he was trying to like go with that story and freak everybody out and make it sound like, and then all of a sudden Mike pops up and I'm like, oh, okay.
I was gonna say nothing. I was gonna say something, but we're live. If we were gonna be edited, I was.
Trav said there's no editing on the show, so it is what it is.
Yeah, for real. There's no editing.
But I saw Gene the other night at the karate school, and he's the new Terry Silver.
All right, we gonna move on.
Listen, there is no editing on this show. We couldn't say that I cried. That's it. No editing on this show. Nothing.
I can't say what I want to say, but I will when we're off the air.
So Eli, let's talk about Eli. So in the first episode, Eli is trying to mend his relationships with everybody, but nobody's really trusting him, or people still have hard feelings about what happened previously. Now, do you think they were a little bit too hard on Eli because he did come and help them out in the last season?
A lot of hate on Eli for no reason.
He definitely had to work his way, and I like the way they kind of had him work his way in, and eventually him joining Miyagi Do. I think that was kind of the right place for him with everything he was going through.
Man, he was trying to win. He went to where he had to go to win. I love it.
But he also had to get his mind right because he got messed up, and it didn't help later on. You know, we'll get to what happened to him later on that really shook him.
I like Eli.
Me too. I really like that character.
Me too. I think that's like key because they've developed him. Like
100%.
They've developed him, and that's good. Like screenwriting, they've done.
What do you guys? So with that one, because I know this was not a fan favorite, but where do you guys stand with Dimitri now? Still yay or nay?
I like how he's grown. I like how they didn't have him as irritating in this season. So you know he was fine to me, and you know he wasn't all over the screen either. Yes. You know we didn't see him all the time. So yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, he's come a long ways.
Yeah. Got a girlfriend and everything.
Yep.
I'd have lost to Dimitri. I couldn't hit him, and then he's long and lanky.
All right, Andrew, you got anything?
I'm not, man. Like I said, like I like the way they developed him. And like how you said, as annoying, which I thought was kind of dope. So yeah, I feel that.
I was a little worried at first when we had Eagle Fang and we had Miyagi Do working together, but we saw that there was problems, and they eventually they couldn't work together, like teaching class, both Johnny and Daniel at the same time. So they ended up, Johnny went to the front of the dojo and Miyagi Do were in the back working, but their styles were still bumping heads with each other. What did you guys think about them separating or teaching together? Do you think that was smart, the way they eventually did it, where Johnny would take some of the kids and go away and train, and then Daniel had some of the kids and they would stay there? Did you like that, or did you want to see them both teaching side by side together?
I want them to teach together, and then I started thinking about it. I'm like, wait, are they paying a separate fee? Because then it needs to be separate. Miyagi don't need to make money. They got to keep the fish and the water. Well, that wood's expensive building that platform.
Well, honestly, that's a difference because Miyagi Do is free. Miyagi Do is free, and Eagle Fang was, Johnny that's the only thing Johnny does to make money. So it was in I think the second season when Daniel opened up Miyagi Do, and then he put the video out there and he said all lessons were free.
See, Joe, you better not even like Daniel no more. He stole his black belt. His karate's free. That tells you right there it's not worth anything.
Well, it's harder and harder because the show is called Cobra Kai, so the show isn't necessarily around Daniel. And then when you take away the Johnny Daniel rivalry, it almost took away from the show. And when they got together this season, I wanted them to come together. I wanted them to put aside that rivalry, but it was still too much. They couldn't do it. Where I thought they were going to come together, when they each separately taught each other's style to each other, mm-hmm. I thought that would bring them together.
I did too.
And of course, and even Miguel's idea of talking about Rocky 3, and I thought maybe that would definitely work. I mean, obviously Johnny can understand that reference, right. And of course Daniel, being as boneheaded as he is, probably still didn't get the reference, but it didn't bring them together because eventually they just found themselves clashing too much, and the whole thing fell apart. But I do get it because it did make me angry at first, but then after I saw the way things went down at the end, I understood it, because if we're going to get 2 more seasons out of this, like, it kind of had to go this way.
Yeah. It seemed like they don't agree with each other, but they got respect for each other now.
Yeah.
I personally just didn't like when Johnny tried to make these kids jump off a damn building. I thought
that was crazy. That was
what?
That was sweet.
What?
I don't know, but if I'm running a business, I'm going to try that.
Because they said, what if we fall? They said, well, try to hit the mattress. Yeah. That mattress is not breaking that far of a fall. I don't care if you hit it or not.
I just thought that was a bit much. And then my other side of it was like, well, how did she get down from that roof? Like, did she have the key to the door, or like?
Nah, I'm assuming she just walked down some steps.
I think she jumped back.
Did she jump back?
Yeah, I thought that was a bit much, but I personally thought I wanted to see them teach together, but I also knew like that wasn't going to happen. When they started teaching each other their styles, I knew that was going to cause for a problem. What I thought was hilarious was to see Johnny. They actually did like a 1980s montage of him training for this fight. I thought that was kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I don't know what it was, but all I thought about was Joe. I was like, "You're the best around." That's all I thought about in my mind. I was like, "This is hilarious." But yeah, I liked it. I thought that was like the only part that I didn't like, but like how we said, how it ended, it had to go that way. It had to.
But that didn't break them up completely. What really broke them up was not only did Daniel think that his way was the best way, so his way should be the only way, which again I disagree with. But it also Johnny got upset because Miguel was spending more time with Daniel.
Yeah.
Which of course upset Johnny because Johnny was projecting his own failures as a father onto Miguel. And so now if Daniel's taking that away from him, what does Johnny have now? He's taken away his karate school. He's taken his students. And now all of a sudden, they're on Miyagi-Do turf. And then, now you're taking his number one student. Yeah, I'd be upset too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something that they didn't explain in this movie. They didn't explain how Johnny got a building. Like, did he just kick in the door to some abandoned building and just said, you know what, I'm about to set up shop here and I'm just going to teach here?
That's what it looked like.
That's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah,
Yo, the craziest part was that he told his own students, "Don't breathe when you run because it has black mold." Like, what? Why you tell your students that? Like, what? What is going on?
That's
here?
hardcore, man.
Like,
That's hardcore training.
man, I guess I wasn't training right if I didn't run in those conditions. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's like Rocky IV training in the wilderness.
Yeah, he wasn't still running.
Yeah, no, man. I thought that was crazy, man. I just think it's crazy because I'm like, man, like Johnny must either be the best pickpocketer or he must have like the best connects that no one knows of. Because he finds somewhere. We all saw at the end he went back to his first original dojo. I was like, don't they take away your keys after you like move? I don't understand how he just got in.
I mean, he kind of just left. Kreese had stolen the business from him, and he just kind of just walked away. And he didn't sign any papers, any lease or anything. Remember, he kept on saying that he had a handshake deal. So, I guess could you imagine that landlord trying to take the keys from him? Like that wouldn't have went well. And
no.
No. Let's talk about something else. We had a new character show up this season. Little boy, his name is Kenny. He is actually the brother of Sean Payne, who was in jail with Robbie or juvie with Robbie. Why you looking like that, Mike?
His name Kenny?
Yeah, Kenny.
I thought his name was Dwight.
No.
Oh no!
Oh
no!
We're not making it to the second. We're not making it to the second.
Dwight when Dwight was little.
Yo, we're not.
That's all I can think of now. That's all I can think of now.
Dwight was little, reminding me of Dwight coming.
Yo, I swear to you, we're not making it. We're not making it to next week, everybody. That's it. Next week. That's done.
Oh damn!
Don't hurt. If Dwight sees me, don't hurt me, man. But he did remind me of Dwight. That's the first time I thought, like, oh, look at Dwight. But Dwight was tough when he was a kid, so that's totally different. Dwight wouldn't have acted like that.
This kid was always scared. Like he did a good job running away and running around. Honestly, as I was watching him act, I was thinking like this kid will be the perfect kid whenever they decide to do the Miles Morales Spider-Man movie. This kid will be a good pick for that role. Now we see that Daniel's son Anthony is a bully. He's a bully now. He has a group of friends, 3 other kids, and they're picking on this kid Kenny. And I felt bad for the kid Kenny, especially knowing who Anthony was. Like Anthony seemed like he would have been being bullied at one point in time in that school. And actually, one of the guys that he was hanging out with was kind of actually, low key kind of bullying him. Yeah. What did you guys think about all of that whole arc?
Crazy. Of course, if and you knew eventually Daniel was going to find out. The last thing Daniel wants is for a kid of his to be a bully. Not only that, but everybody thought Anthony knew karate. Anthony didn't know a lick of karate.
None, because he's lazy.
100%.
Daniel and his wife, what's her name, Joe? I know you know.
Amanda.
Yeah. They're like Ken and Karen's. They went to the school. They thought their kid was perfect, not in trouble. Like,
yeah,
no, exactly. You're not wrong.
That whole character, I don't like him, man. I'm glad he got beat up.
Oh, you don't like Kenny?
No, I love Kenny.
Oh,
I don't like Anthony.
Oh, Anthony. Oh yeah. He did get his in the end. He did get his.
But you could tell Anthony didn't want to do half the stuff. He was kind of forced into it. And then when Kenny got a little bolder and started calling him the nickname that he didn't like, then he really got mad. But, he didn't want to do half that stuff. He was just letting the peer pressure get to him. And that was his own fault.
More the reason why I don't like him. He's soft.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I didn't like him from the first episode. I like when Johnny saw him. Johnny didn't even recognize him, and then he said, "Did you switch to Whopper Jr.?" It's like I was off the couch when he said that to
him. He said he hit a growth spurt.
Yeah,
that's a hell of a growth spurt. What did you think about? You know who else gave me problems actually this season was Sam. I didn't care if it's the way Sam. I understand Sam's negative feeling towards Tori, but with Amanda trying to create a relationship with Tori, and Tori at least trying to get her life together, I didn't feel like Sam was giving her a fair shot.
I love what Joe. What has happened to Joe, man? Fatherhood has changed Joe. Man, he's so nice. This isn't the Joe Harley I raised, man. Like Sam is awesome.
I do like Sam, but picking on Tori is not the way that she's supposed to be. She's not supposed to be acting that way. She's supposed to be the good one.
I was a Tori.
Tori beat up her friend. Almost killed them. They tried to kill them.
But you got to look at Tori's life and the way she's come up.
I don't care about nobody's life if they come to try to assault me. I don't care what you did. I don't care what your backstory is. You don't have a mom. I don't care about that.
She does have a mom. The mom is sick.
What? And stop. At that point, you don't know the mom's sick. You just think the mom's out of her life.
But Amanda, her own mom, is trying to tell her, and she's not listening. And then
because
every
Daniel
chance
ruined
she
it
gets,
Daniel is an ass.
How did we get back to Daniel?
That's why she.
Because everything goes back to Daniel.
It takes one bad parent to wreck the house, and Daniel won't let her do the karate she wants to do. Won't let her do it in her life, so she tunes out both parents. Amanda, that's the consequence she gets for marrying Daniel LaRusso. He's not a real black belt who cheats. He's horrible, man. I hate Daniel LaRusso.
I was a Tori supporter this season, actually.
She wasn't much of a bully this year.
She wasn't. I felt like she was trying to just move forward and not be nice, but just kind of like, I just don't even want to deal with you. Oh, this dude.
She was on probation also, so she didn't want to go back to juvie. So of course she was going to play, be the good girl in this situation. Joe got Mike take the three.
Listen. I have a different perspective. That's what we're here for.
Okay. All right. So with that, let me ask you guys this question: did anyone change their stance on how they viewed John Kreese, or not?
Very little.
I say little.
I started to kind of change my view on him.
Yeah.
When at the end, the very, very end?
At the very end.
Listen, not at the very end, but the end is what solidified it for me. Not the last 5 minutes when they were still in the tournament, and he picked that moment to change. Yeah. Because
of Johnny.
Yeah, but
he does love Johnny.
He didn't have
he
to
does
listen.
love Johnny. That much is very true.
But he didn't have to listen.
He has a hard time showing. He has a hard time showing that because he thinks he knows what's best for Johnny, and he thinks the Cobra Kai way is always best.
Yeah,
and I think he started to kind of see at the end maybe some of the mistakes he made. Obviously, some of them being maybe going after Johnny after the first tournament with Daniel, maybe fighting Johnny in the last show. All those things start coming back to him. Yeah, anybody can realize their mistakes and be redeemed, but it's going to take a long, hard road for him, especially the way this ends. I mean, he's really going to have to.
Man, I like John Kreese and Terry Silver, just
You what?
because they were veterans and they probably got PTSD.
So you
I
give
really
him a
hope-
pass. So you give him a pass.
I give him a pass.
Oh, yo, you're crazy, bro. I can't.
I give him a pass, man.
I really hope
They
that
were POWs, man. Think about it. They were POWs, probably tormented, tortured.
We
Who
know,
knows?
we all know that. We know that all happened, but why
Right.
is it okay for, for you? So if you were a veteran, you have the right just to come into my house right now and beat the what out of me and make
If
it
you
so I
come
can
in my dojo acting a certain type of way, yeah.
You're talking to the wrong guy, Angel. I can tell you that right now. You're talking to the wrong one.
I'm just playing. No, I just feel that, like Joe said, they're starting to show some compassion to John Kreese in the series, and I bet you they go that angle, like where he has PTSD, he gets help. Johnny probably is the one that gets him help, maybe, or something, or maybe him and Johnny join forces. Daniel and Chosen join forces against Terry Silver in the Super Cobra Kai.
This is what I love about this show. Okay, this is what I love about the show, because before the show, you give me the first 3 Karate Kid movies, I'm gonna tell you John Kreese is a piece of crap, Terry Silver's a piece of crap, Johnny's a piece of crap. Now I've come around on Johnny full circle. Okay, Cobra Kai has made me actually enjoy and like Johnny for the most part. Okay, it makes me see Daniel in a different light, and I like that they do that. Even John Kreese now, they're starting to come around and show us, who's next. So they always give us a new bad guy, and they try to give us more people to go against this bad guy.
I feel like it's not. Well, I don't want to say it's a new bad guy. Like, I feel like we already know like the progression of the people. It's after this next season that I'm gonna be all right. Now who you got? Who you bringing out next? Like, that's what I want to know, because
we can easily see now Terry Silver join with Mike Barnes.
Yeah, he's going to. No, he's going to.
But he could.
He could.
Or they could give us someone we've never seen before.
I think it's going to be those other 2 guys that he had with him. Was it Snake and whatever that other guy's name was? I think they're going to, because he tells John Kreese that there's a couple of people I can dig up that's going to help me run Cobra Kai, right? If I'm Mike Barnes, I don't want to work with Terry Silver. Terry Silver is the reason I lost. Terry Silver was the one that was telling Mike Barnes to score a point, then lose a point, score a point, then lose a point, and then he lost to Daniel, someone who was a lot worse competitor than him. So if I'm Mike Barnes, I'm not teaming up with Terry Silver. I'll be pissed at Terry Silver. He was supposed to get half of the new Cobra Kai dojos, and he didn't get any of that because of what happened at the end of Karate Kid 3.
How do you think they'll bring him in? Like, what do you think his?
Well, they already set it up. They already set it up with the last things that Terry Silver said, that he'll have someone else running Cobra Kai dojos. Like, he made like that. Like, he said something along those lines. And that
no. I mean, like, what's he been doing since the tournament to now? What do you think his backstory?
He's probably moved on with his life.
He probably, You know what I can see? I can see him being like a coach or somewhere, because he was such a top-rated competitor. Yeah, he's like a coach or something, and then they'll like bring him in somehow. But he's definitely going to, and they'll probably use the angle of he wants to get revenge. Like he wants to win that tournament. Or find a way to be the winner of that tournament somehow, some way. His school, the students, something. I'm sure he'll find that angle.
So a couple of big things we're going to want to get to. Eli gets set up, and he kind of brought it on himself. I will say that they were having this little rivalry, and they really couldn't fight each other before the tournament. So they kind of were setting each other up with pranks, one of which Cobra Kai got put into a football field or a baseball field and got sprayed with some water from the sprinklers. And in retaliation,
that was kind of whack.
Yeah, they got Eli, aka Hawk, alone and cut his mohawk. What do you guys think about that?
I felt sorry for him, because to him that was his identity. I was thinking about Angel when I saw that part, because I was like, man, I hope Angel did not just cry at that spot when that happened. It was a couple of parts I wondered if he cried. Now that I know that you shed some tears.
Listen, I tell you what, there were a few parts in this series that at one point I was like, "Yo, are they using my life as the story going on right now? This ain't even making sense." No, I didn't cry. I felt sorry for him. I felt really bad. I felt remorseful. I also thought it was crazy how this man was getting a big ass tattoo on his back. Like I thought that was a bit much. I think if you call yourself Hawk, you don't need to do all that. It's a bit extra.
He's just so lacking of confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, he is the ultimate person that you would want in a martial arts studio. He don't have confidence. That's why he got.
But you got to think of where he came from.
Follower.
Think of how he came up. I mean, think of all the torture he went through, and how he got to becoming. He went from being lip,
right,
basically all the way to Hawk. And now
he got bullied in his
Eli.
School.
Exactly, back to Eli.
Right.
So for him, yeah, I mean, it took him a while, and even why can't I remember the kid's name? I just said it the other a little bit, but his best friend,
Dimitri.
Yeah, Dimitri was really trying to tell him like, you don't need that to be Hawk. You're Eli. You've always been Eli. You got to just worry about that.
Mm-hmm. And then again, he could have still just had dyed a little streak down the middle of his head if he wanted to keep his Hawk thing going if he wanted to. What about the relationship between Amanda and Tori? Now, you spoke on it earlier, Joe. I was kind of surprised because I didn't see that coming. I didn't see her wanting to help her. But then John Kreese approaches Amanda, and he kind of tells her what Tori's background and her story is, and then she starts feeling a little remorseful for her. But I didn't see that coming. What about you guys?
I didn't see it coming at all, and I liked it. I thought it was interesting. It added another dimension.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I like when Tori told Samantha that she wasn't going to hurt her, because her mommy told her not to, and that just pissed Samantha off even more when she said that.
It really did.
Well, what do you got to say, Bugs?
I personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. I understood from like a mom's perspective, like where she was kind of trying to like right her wrongs because I think she felt guilty. But at the same point, I kind of wanted to be like, Mom, this ain't your game. Like, I feel like you needed to like take a step back on this. And then at one point, I honestly thought it was all fake. I thought she was just doing it as like a sabotage technique and to like, soften Tori up. When I saw she genuinely now is caring about Tori, I thought it as a good action, but I also feel like, I don't know, I just feel like, to me, I'm like, man, I just feel like you shouldn't cross that line. Like because like how we said before, she's playing with fire because now Sam is so temperamental, and it caused Sam to almost be the bully at one point, and it kind of flipped the script, which I feel like if they would have known that, they would be yelling at both their kids, not just one of them.
Okay, we haven't really talked about Robbie too much.
Hold on. So, Joe, I'm gonna start with you. You have children.
Yeah.
Someone jumps your kids at school, puts scars on your kids' arms. You gonna have dinner with them at your house and care about their problems?
It's not gonna happen.
No. Mrs. Russo is
but
crazy.
It's never gonna get to that because I'm gonna tell you right now, my daughter has had a bullying problem, and we did everything we were supposed to as far as talking to the teachers, writing emails, talking to the principal, and everything else. And it took me going down there to lay down the law.
And scared the shit out of somebody?
No, I had to let the principal know what was going to happen if this didn't get resolved.
Did you show up in your gi? Please tell me you showed up in your gi.
Oh.
No, I showed up in my gi to read a story in my son's class, but that was a whole other story. But listen, I told the principal 100% that I will be telling my daughter to handle a bully the way I handled bullies in my day.
That's what I'm talking
about.
About.
Yeah, and she looked at me and said that she could not condone that kind of behavior. And I said, and I understand that, but I am following your rules that you're telling me, and these things are still happening, and I will not allow my daughter to be a victim. And I said, so I will gladly tell her how to handle a bully. I will pick her up when you guys suspend her, and I will take her to go get ice cream. And that's how I'm going to handle this. And guess what? The very next day, everything was taken care of, and I didn't have to go that far. But I will gladly, my kids are not going to be victims. My kids are not going to be bullied. And that's just not going to happen because it shouldn't happen.
Right.
And the schools need to take care of that.
So you would have
So no, Mike, you're right.
That little
I'm
kid,
not.
that little kid that was bullying your daughter you would have never had that kid at the dinner table talking to him like some.
No, but this was never a bullying situation. This was a brawl that broke out in a school.
So you don't think Tori bullied Sam? You don't consider that bullying? The things that she went through with her?
I mean, they kind of were at each other the whole time. It was more of a
honestly.
rivalry.
Sam honestly started the whole problem between her and Tori.
Don't talk.
That's what happened. Like Tori didn't know who she was. I mean, she didn't really care who she was. She had no problem with her. You know, she knew that Miguel was trying to get her back, and she knew that Aisha had a problem with her. And then, you know, when she first started having an interaction with Sam blamed her from stealing her mom's her purse, you know, and that's where the problem started from between those two, you know.
Sam's the only real true black belt.
I don't know about that, Mike, because she said
she's been training since she was like 5.
No, she said in the first season or second season, she said she hadn't trained since she was 8. So it had been 8 years.
But she's the only one other than Daniel that's trained with Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, and Julie.
Julie's still out there.
Yeah, she's coming.
I keep seeing she's coming. You think so?
Man, I didn't even think about that. Do you guys think that's gonna happen?
Yeah, she's coming.
Do you know this or are you speculating?
No, I don't know it, but Ralph Macchio said it's a possibility that she shows up. So.
And especially with the women's division now, I mean they have to bring her.
Yeah, so you know.
Ooh. And do you think she trained Tori?
I think she'll probably hang out with Sam because Sam is starting to change a little bit. Sam is starting to get a little attitude, and that's kind of how Julie was in that movie. She had an attitude, you know. So
I forgot about her, man.
There's been speculation that Julie is Tori's mom.
Yeah, I saw that. I hope that's not the case because Tori's mom is really, really sick. So I would hate for that to be, you know, her story. You know.
No, I agree.
All right, what about Robbie? You know, we see he's a little bit different. He's nonchalant actually in this series, in this season. Like he really does. He's not really trying to get into the different beats between Eagle Fang and Miyagi Do. He's just about training, and he doesn't trust anyone. He doesn't trust his dad. He doesn't really trust Daniel, and he doesn't really trust Kreese either.
Nope.
I feel like he's
he has no problem. He has no problem sharing the Miyagi Do secrets.
No, he had no problem. That was kind of messed up, but it was, you know, he said that, you know, they were just trying to win. So he didn't care.
Wanted to win. As long as when you try to win, you gotta do anything it takes to win.
Damn right.
No, I agree.
I'm quite sure that happens in all sports. You know, somebody gets traded to another team. I'm quite sure that, you know, when they get traded, they tell, you know, different plays or different players' weaknesses and things like that. So that's really no surprise. What about Johnny and Daniel's training? I know we spoke on it real briefly. Did you guys like how Johnny trained Daniel?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I thought it was fine. I mean, that's Johnny's way.
I thought Daniel was always soft, so it was good to see him go through a little bit of adversity. I swear to God. That man was dying doing knuckle push-ups. Like, what? Yeah. Get out of here, man.
I like how he set him up to have the fight with the hockey players. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
That was dope.
Yeah, I like that part.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I like Johnny's response. That was dope. That made me laugh.
That made me laugh at the beginning when Johnny was being trained by Daniel, and he said, you know, you trained with him for all of these years, and you couldn't help him with his English. I died laughing when he was because he was talking like Mr. Miyagi. Daniel was talking like Mr. Miyagi, you know. So that was pretty funny, especially when he said, "No, be there." Yeah, that was pretty funny. I like that. What's next, guys?
Realistically, man, let's just. I think at some point. what did you guys think about the fact that they added in the extra divisions to the total grand scheme of the All Valley? Personally, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I liked it just because how we've talked about so much, like how like Cobra Kai is like influencing dojos now. It like pushed more of like what we really do in a sense. It kind of had like all aspects in it, and then I like how they had the female part, man, because we talk about equality, and that's been like such a big thing this year, just in like sport karate alone. So it's kind of cool that they like tuned into that and like incorporated it. So I personally liked it. I thought it was cool.
I think they had to for the series. Just that's a way to introduce more characters into the show.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's a good reason, also.
And I think a lot. I mean, I think now they have a lot of real martial artists, helping them out with the show and everything. And I'm quite sure some of them have explained the weapons division, the forms division, breaking, and things like that. So, I think that was a little bit could have been influenced in bringing that in. I just kind of wish they would have did it a little differently. They could have showed us that a little bit differently, because it was all set up like in a montage. We didn't see all of the weapons going back to back to back. Like it was like this person's doing weapons while this person is breaking, and then this person is doing forms, and then at the end of it they just said, okay, Cobra Kai did the best, and that was it. We didn't really see it. There was no drama with the skills competition.
Yeah, they kind of brushed over it and got to what we all really wanted to see, was who's going to win.
The one thing I will say is this. So I felt like they had one part that I did not like, that I felt like went against Miyagi-Do. So this could just be me nitpicking because of the type of person I am. I felt like when it came to them doing weapons, I felt like Sam should have done weapons, and I felt like you can't have Miyagi-Do doing an open form.
I would have thought they would have excelled at doing that.
No, not an open. No, I see. This is why I say that. I felt like
Miyagi-Do should have had traditional more.
Yeah, because of what?
Okay.
I got you. Because of what we saw with with Karate Kid 3, he did a traditional form. Like that's what basically the whole movie was, just him doing that section of the traditional form. So I just felt like you giving Eli just the extremes and let him do the flips, and then they didn't really do a traditional form. I was like, man, that kind of goes against like what Miyagi-Do is. Like seeing Cobra Kai do it, seeing Eagle Fang do it, it like made more sense. Just for them, from Miyagi-Do, I was like, man, like I feel like that like contradicts the whole point of it. That was another issue I had. Like super like minor detail, but I was just nitpicking at that point.
Yeah. Now Johnny would have had he did have a problem because they didn't have a girl at this point in Eagle Fang, and I'm kind of surprised they brought Aisha back to the show. She had a brief appearance, and I'm surprised they didn't have her come back to karate. I mean,
I wanted that so bad.
Me too. Me too. Yeah. I love her.
Yeah,
she's one of my favorites on the show.
Especially since Johnny had to go out and pick up a girl, and he picked up a girl, and she had trained for like 6 weeks, and then she, like Mike said, she gets a black belt just all of a sudden, so that seemed weird, just to be passing out black belts to everybody.
That was almost as weird as you getting your black belt and thinking your dad's gonna come back on Christmas. Yeah, it was just it's along those lines.
Well, but that actually did happen. That happened in that movie. So
that's why it was a karate Christmas miracle.
That's right.
God, that movie.
But I think that I actually thought Eagle Fang was going to win the skills division. I thought Eagle Fang was going to win that. I figured Tori was going to win. I thought Sam was going to win the girls division, and I thought Robbie was going to win the boys. So I was all the way wrong.
That's how I was thinking it was going to go down too.
I hurt for Robbie. For you to get there twice and lose,
and that's it. That's it. You're not coming back.
I hurt.
You're going to be over 18.
I hurt for him, but then I felt good for Eli. I was like, yo, man, like if anyone deserved to win, it was him. Like he deserved that win.
Yeah,
So-
but did he really win? I mean, Miguel
Don't
had
no. Don't do that. It don't matter if the person bowed out because they sneezed. If you move on and you beat the next guy and you win, you win. That's it.
I'm just saying. None of these wins were clean.
Don't do that to that man. Don't do that to him. Don't discredit
Not
his
any
win.
of them, because
You
Tori's
are
win
a
wasn't
father.
clean either.
You are a father, Joe. How would you discredit your kids if they won and be like, oh well, really you only had one fight. Actually, you're the only one in the division, but you're still a champion. It's fine.
Hell yeah, he would.
Of course.
You don't do that to him, man. Like he won. He did his thing. Did we not see? It took for them to take off their uniform tops for him to win. Like he had to go all out. That man
Sure did.
Like you gotta give it to him. That he earned that. Now I will say this. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I didn't get teary-eyed, but my heart stopped because I thought Miguel broke his damn back again. I got scared as a mother.
I knew you did. I knew you did.
Yo,
I knew you did.
I was watching. I was like, oh, no. I was like, oh, no. Because you heard the crack. I was like, oh, no, he's done.
Yeah, that would have been terrible.
Did you get chills when he screamed out "Sensei"?
Oh,
because it was like real dramatic. It was real dramatic. I did get chills when he screamed out because it was
overly dramatic.
They cut the music and everything, and they just had him screaming. Like I was like, oh,
I got
man.
chills. I got chills, but then a part of me was like, just open your damn eyes. He already ran to you. There's no need for you to scream. Like that was a bit much. But yeah,
I don't think he's coming back.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Come on now. Don't do that.
I don't think Miguel's going to be in the series. I think he'll go off to college and he's done.
So he's not going to come back home? He's not going to come back home?
No, I think he's done. He's going to go to Mexico, then he's going to come back, and they're going to think he's in Mexico, and they're going to find out he's in college, and they're going to write him off.
I don't think they can do that to him. I don't think they can do that to Miguel.
His fine ass mama would have a heart attack. Don't know, like she ain't doing that. Like they have to make sure that they have so. Or what do you think they're going to do? You think he's going to send another letter and say like? I'm gonna stay.
They're gonna write them both off. They're gonna move. She's gonna go back down there looking for Miguel, and Allie's gonna move across the street.
Oh man,
no, boo, Allie.
Did you guys like the actual sparring in the tournament?
Yeah, I was fine with it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. It actually made me think like, yo, what happens if there's like a tournament that allows like gi throws and gi grabs? It started making me think, like, how much different will we all fight? Now, this is my only thing I don't like about the fighting in the tournament, because I feel like a lot of those guys do their own stunts. They're doing like a bunch of basic ass techniques that just don't make any sense to me. Like,
well, I mean, it should be basic techniques. I mean, everybody's technically a white and gold belt or yellow belt, right?
I just feel like some of the stuff they're doing, like you can't go from just throwing like a front kick and like a off angle back fist that made no sense to then out of nowhere this dude's gonna come out and just do like a tornado kick or like a 540. It just made like those things to me made no sense. I was like that, like there's such like a vast disparity between the two. Like they got to be closer, and it would have been cool to see like more like triple kicks and stuff like that. But like I said, I get it for them being white belts. It made sense, I guess.
So Amber Rutherford said that Sam got 3 points before Tori and that out of bounds call. I agree. Sam should have won, and Travis right that Miguel is going to be in the. He's going to be Blue Beetle. It's going to be for the Blue Beetle movie. But season 5.
What? How do we get to him being Blue Beetle? What happened?
He's already been cast.
I read about that a while ago. Yeah,
it's been a while ago. He's going to be Blue Beetle. But season 5 has already been shot. It's already done. They already had their rap party, and I already saw screenshots, pictures. So Miguel is going to be in season 5 for that. But I don't know what's up with season 6 yet. They haven't started that yet. You know, of course.
We'll be talking bad about Miguel like that.
So Tori ends up winning, but we find out later that Silver had paid the middle ref, so she easily could have lost that fight,
and she knows about that. So that's going to be messed up because she had already told Robbie that it was going to mean a lot for her to win the tournament. So now her win is tarnished in her head.
That's how come they exposed Terry Silver, and then they create the 18 over tournament.
Okay,
That's how they do it, I bet.
probably. They're gonna have to do something because, like Gene said, everyone's gonna be in on this now. So with everything going down, the final scene that we get to see, we find out Terry Silver beats the crap out of Stingray and gets Stingray to blame it on John Kreese.
Right.
And John Kreese ends up in jail, and that's kind of how this whole thing ends.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, also we see Daniel and Chosen at Miyagi's grave swearing to put an end to Cobra Kai.
I was surprised to see Chosen there.
So was I. I was wondering. That was interesting to me.
Yeah, that was a surprise because like he has nothing to do with what Daniel goes through here in California.
Yeah,
he doesn't have anything to do with that. So it was kind of surprised. But I'm assuming like he feels like he owes Daniel. Daniel actually could have killed Chosen, and he didn't. He chose not to.
Do you think they'll get along the whole series?
No, I don't think so. Daniel's an asshole. I don't think anybody can
you
get along with him.
Made it to the end, Gene. You almost made it.
I was just about to be like, yo, like, come on, man, like.
He is like, there's no way. Can you really see Chosen? Like, Chosen is not going to take a back seat to Daniel.
Yeah,
He's
but Daniel knows. But Daniel knows he can get that ass spanked by Chosen. So now he have to he have to shut his mouth and walk the straight line.
So tell me this. So how are we going to get past the fact that Cobra Kai and Eagle Fang have to shut down? Are they going to call Terry Silver out and say we made the deal with John Kreese, not Silver?
Yeah.
Well,
Daniel already said he wasn't doing it. Daniel already said he wasn't doing it. So,
but I'm saying like there has to be a way. Are they going to have Chosen take over? So everything's going to be under Chosen, and that's how they get around. Like, there's got to be a way that they get around this whole idea where they can't teach karate no more.
There's nothing written. They didn't have a written contract or agreement. So
okay, but you can't welsh on a bet like that. Come on,
Daniel literally said that. He literally said that. He said that he wasn't going to honor the bet.
Okay, so if Cobra Kai lost, then and they welched, then what would he say?
Well,
there has to be. They're going to have to give us something. You can't just tell me, "Oh no, I'm not honoring that."
Yeah, and I don't think Johnny is going to be teaching karate for a little bit. I think he's going to go look for Miguel. We saw Johnny and Robbie connect with each other at the end of the episode also. And I saw some screenshots of them together for the next season. So yeah, I don't think I think Johnny is going to be like how he was in season 3. Like season 3, he really wasn't doing a lot of teaching. He was helping Miguel recuperate. So, and honestly, he doesn't even have a school. So, okay, so Chosen is there to teach the offensive that Mr. Miyagi didn't teach Daniel. Okay, I can agree with that.
So then, do you think? Oh, so it looks like Robbie is no longer Cobra Kai. Do you think Tori switches to the other side?
Maybe
Cobra Kai?
It depends. It depends on what happens with John Kreese, because I think her and John are going to have a connection, like a grandfather-granddaughter type of relationship. So I think it's going to be based upon what happens with him. I mean, because with him being away, like he was taking care of her rent. You don't
think he's her dad?
I don't think dad, maybe grandfather, but I don't think dad. If there's a connection, but that doesn't have to be a connection. I know a lot of people are doing. I don't know. Have you guys seen this thing on Facebook where people are saying this is Miguel's dad, and there's all these random Latino actors that, like, I saw one that was with Mario Lopez was going to show up Miguel's dad. They're trying to throw everybody. To me, it doesn't have to be somebody that's already connected to Cobra Kai, the show, or the Karate Kid show. It could be anybody regular. But I heard that John Kreese might be Tori's grandfather, but I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I don't either.
And it kind of shows that he has a heart, with him not having any kind of connections to them at all. They kept saying forget the past in the series. I think they're trying to distance themselves from the old movies. Maybe. Yeah. So what do you guys think of this season?
I liked it a lot. I like I said, I would have liked to see Cobra Kai go down, and I would have liked to see Eagle Fang and Miyagi-Do come together. But I understand I mean, where would they have gone if that happened? So to me, things happen the way they're supposed to happen, and I can't wait for season 5.
Out of all of the seasons, what's your favorite, and where do you rank this one? I'll go first. I rank season 2 as my favorite. I would say season 2, season 1, and then this one. I like this one. I'm not dissing it or anything like that. I just like season 2 is my favorite.
I didn't like 3. I didn't like 3. I would say probably 1 or 2, and then this one.
Okay. What about you guys?
Mine was 2. 2, then this one, then 1, and then 3.
Okay. Angel?
I actually like this one, then 2, then 3.
Okay.
I don't know. I just really like this one. I feel like it just had a lot more parts working to it that just kept me on my toes every episode. So
yeah, there was a lot of story arc with this. A lot of different story arcs with this one.
Hey, just because I've been gone a little bit, Angel? What's your favorite Karate Kid movies in order?
Oh, in order, mine would be 1, 3, then 2.
That's mine too.
Yeah, 1, 3, then 2. I honestly, every time I watch 2, like I'm not saying I don't care for it, but like I'm not as like in tune as I am for the first one and the third one. And the third one, it's only because they had the tournament at the end. They didn't have the tournament, I probably wouldn't really like the third one either. I feel like the first one.
Mine was 2, 1, 3. So
how do you like 2?
I like the whole Okinawa thing. I don't care.
Hold on.
I just said how. I just
Stop. So hold on. So Terry Silver can't chill out with fine, rich women and eat caviar, but Daniel can go to a tea party on a boat dock. And you're okay with that? That's softer. That's softer than Terry Silver hanging with rich people.
Daniel is soft.
Okay, at least you admit that. Finally, goodness.
Yeah.
I thought that was your boy.
He was. He's less and less every time I see him.
This episode killed Daniel and Joe's relationship.
For the most part, it did. Because the fact that let's go. This is what I had to think of. If Miyagi was still alive, Miyagi would have been open to Johnny. He would have. Miyagi can see everything from all aspects. So for Daniel to just shut it down and say Miyagi-Do's the only way throughout the whole movie until the very, very end, it made no sense to me. Like it was very, it was snooty to me.
Yeah, Miyagi would have checked him.
That's what I'm saying. To me, if he really would have thought about it, Miyagi would have said, no, there is more than one way. Miyagi-Do is not the only way. It's just my way. And so for Daniel to think it's the only way, and when obviously it's not the only way because you're getting beat at this point, let your daughter go out there and do all the stuff she was taught. And you should have let Johnny and you take over together. They should have found that cohesion and they would have won. But like I said, then where will we go from there? Cobra Kai loses, and then what?
I think eventually that's what's going to happen. But I don't think they're going to be in the same area teaching together. Like the students might just travel and go from dojo to dojo and still get training from both Daniel and Chosen and Johnny. So I think that'll be cool if that is how this series ends at some point. Okay. All right. So that's it for this wrap up of Cobra Kai. So let me ask you guys this. What are we watching next? What's next?
Well, I think Mike should pick if he's got something. Since he's the new kid on the block for now.
I don't care.
Oh,
Angel, what's on our list, man?
I think we should watch Rocky. Just throwing it out there. I know we have. All right,
I love
it.
It's not karate.
Come on, are you serious? We had this talk.
Wait. I haven't been on here in what, a year and a half?
Yeah, a little bit, something like that.
That's been a discussion.
I would say the majority of your movies haven't been karate.
Damn, shots fired.
You lost me at Ip Man. I was like, man, I can't wait to move. Shit.
Yeah, Mike didn't like that one. Mike couldn't stand
Okay,
that
but
movie. That is still a martial arts movie. I don't care. That's still martial arts.
The next 3 Ip Man are not subtitled. They might be dubbed, but they're not subtitled.
All right. What about what's this one? What is it? Undisputed 3. You guys ever seen that?
I haven't.
Mm-mm.
So you should
I
go
have.
Undisputed
That's
3.
it.
Undisputed 3. That one's strictly karate martial arts.
All right, but are we going to be able to find it? Because we can't have the same problem we had last week.
You should.
I can find it. But
you should be able to.
Joe, you probably have a burner site or something. You always have all this stuff.
I got something. We'll just keep it at that.
Okay, so you said Undisputed 3. That's what we're watching.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, cool. You guys got any closing remarks?
Make sure.
Welcome back, G Money.
Yeah.
That's what I know him as.
Interesting. Make sure you guys next week we got the Arctic Challenge. Make sure if you're able to get out to that tournament, get out there, support Chris Gorham. Martial Arts and the Network staff will be there streaming. If you can't make it, check Martial Arts and the Network on Facebook. We'll be streaming throughout the day, all the different rings, and you guys can see some good fights, some good forms, and just some good competition overall.
Actually, Angel, you're going to be the only one out of us that's not there. Mike is going to be there. Joe's going to be there. I'm going to be there. So that should be. And we should take a picture and like Photoshop Angel into it, like behind it.
I'll be commenting.
We'll Photoshop his face on Chris.
There you are.
All right,
Nice.
everybody. We're going to wrap it up for Fist Kicks and Flicks this week. Stay safe, stay strong. Director, play our music.
Some of you, your successes messed you up. You so successful now, you soft. Your success has not benefited you. You've not grown as a result of being successful. You've lost your bite. You're not hungry anymore. Your success is damaging you. No excuses, only adjustments. No excuses. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear good excuses, good reasons, what happened, why you couldn't do it. I don't want to hear it. Everybody got an excuse. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything about this happening. The weather wasn't right, and get the finances, and this didn't come through when it was supposed to. Well, that person did. No. I'm challenging you. If you listen to me, if you ain't brave enough to challenge yourself, if you ain't courageous enough to challenge yourself, I'm challenging you. I'm challenging you to get from where you are. I'm challenging you to stop settling. I'm challenging you.